How we doing, boys and girls? Mantis here, welcome back to another video. So Rumble should now be out globally. Everybody should be able to get their hands on Warcraft Rumble, and I've already seen a whole bunch of people jumping in and having an absolute blast with it. What I wanted to do today though is showcase some of the experiences that I've had when it comes to trying to play free to play and where to spend your gold, but more importantly for many I reckon where not to spend your gold. There is a few pitfalls, there are a few traps that if you're trying to go the free to play route you want to be really careful of, because gold, you get a lot of it. You get loads of gold at the beginning. It seems like you have enough gold to spend on anything that you want at the beginning, but very, very quickly you'll start to realize that, well, hang on, this gold is not infinite, especially when you get presented with the store and you're like, oh, okay, if I want to buy more of it, it gets expensive really quickly. So there is sort of a system and an optimal way I recommend you should spend your gold. The first thing is you want to try and make sure that you get access to as many of the minis as possible. The early gold that you get from completing quests, you want to be spending that in the grid. The grid is the only place, in my opinion, you should be spending your gold. The daily offers, 99 times out of 100, they're a trap. They're not going to be particularly of value to you. You can gain experience by playing the game, so you don't want to use your limited amount of gold to buy experience. The often leader is more expensive if purchased from the daily offers than they are when they pop up in the grid. They're usually only 120 coins a piece. They're often 300 plus when you buy them in the daily offers. Doesn't really seem like much of an offer. And the level up caches, the level up icons, the blue and the purple, and even maybe some cases the legendary ones, at least for the beginning of the game, you're not going to run out of these. You'll get a few of them through playing anyway, so that's not too problematic. So the daily offers, if you're going free to play, I'd probably completely 100% ignore it. Make sure you click your free bonus, because anything free is always good, but generally speaking, daily offers, avoid. Do not spend your gold here. It may look attractive, but it is a bit of a trap. Same with the special offers. Obviously, this is real money situations, and you're unlikely to ever really need to buy Arc Energy, at least at the beginning of the game. With a free-to-play mindset, your Arc Energy is not going to be much of a limitation to you, and when you get further into the game, you can generate Arc Energy quite quickly through the dungeons, especially when you get a whole bunch of leaders. Now, of course, this mindset might change when you are sort of, a few months into the game, but we're looking at this from the very, very early stages right now. So do not be spending your gold anywhere other than the grid. Now, when it comes to the grid, what should you be buying and what should you not be buying? Well, this goes by sort of a priority list for me, and my recommendation is you want to first, when you are first starting out, you want access to as many leaders as possible. Leaders should always be your biggest priority. If you do not have a leader, you want to buy that leader. There's not that many of them in the game. When you look at the quantity, there's like 10 or so different leaders. There's not a huge amount of them. But you want to have access to as many different leaders as you possibly can. So if a leader turns up in the grid that you do not own, that is the best place to spend your starting gold. From then, you want to buy any mini that pops up in the grid that you do not already own. Your next priority is to just pad out your collection of minis as much as possible. There are currently a grand total of 54 troops you can collect, and you want to get access to all of those as fast as possible. Now, each one is going to cost you 90 gold, meaning you are going to want to focus a lot of your early game gold into getting as many troops as possible. Why do you want to do this? Well, it's going to give you the most ability to switch up your decks. Whether you take advice from content creators like myself, whether you find external resources to help you with builds, whether you just want to sort of, put your brain in gear and figure up your own builds yourself, having access to a wider range of troops is going to be really, really handy, and getting a new troop should be really high priority usage for your gold. Once you are in the position where you've got all of your troops, your next thing you're going to want to do is you want to try and get them up to level, well, you want to get 3 stars for them, or you want to turn them green. You want to get them to uncommon status. Uncommon is going to give you the ability to then further, not straight away, but further along down the lines, is going to give you the ability to buy their traits, and their traits become important. These are often build defining. Some of the traits you can get on some of the troops can synergize really well, and they can swing the advantage of a game in your favor massively. You're going to need to level up your minis to uncommon before you get access to the traits. So what you probably want to do is you'll probably have a core team, 6 to 10 minis that you frequently like to use. Maybe they're your favorites. Maybe they're just overpowered ones. Harpies, I'm looking at you, one of the most overpowered troops in the game by far. But what you want to do is you want to, if one of your favorite, one of your top 10 turns up in the grid, you probably want to buy, the star for them. Then otherwise you just want to pick up ones that you haven't got to uncommon already. Here, for example, I'm 0 out of 10. That means my Dark Spear Troll is already uncommon. I am 0 out of 10 with my Ghoul. He is already uncommon. And I am 2 out of 10 with my Safe Pilot, so she is already uncommon. This really indicates to me at the moment there's nothing really in the grid I really want to super duper mega focus on. I'm more than happy at this point to wait till tomorrow, wait till the grid resets, wait till everything drops down by 1 tier and some new stuff appears tomorrow for me to spend any of my gold. Today is not a spending day, not until we have got everything at uncommon at least anyway. That alone is going to take you quite a while to do. The only time I would really recommend buying the traits is for that top 10 list of minis that you use frequently. The traits, when they pop up in the grid, are 250 gold a piece. They're not cheap. 250 gold is the equivalent of like 2.5 stars for a mini. So the same cost for one trait is enough for you to have upgraded a mini from common to uncommon, which is something that you want to do. You want to try and get as many of your troops to uncommon, and that's where I would be spending your gold. You may have noticed that my goal here is to try and level up sort of equally, and there is some logic to this madness of why you want to do it. And if you've ever clicked on your profile, you may notice this collection level. The collection level is really powerful. This is what's going to make it so that the game feels as if it's going at a steady pace for you. The collection level basically gives you a boost to the experience your minis get when certain things happen. So you can see right now, I'm gaining 57 experience for a mini each and every time it completes a quest. When you first start the game, this is as low as like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 experience. But of course, at the early game, your minis don't need much experience. I'm now in the position with my minis. If I take one of my top minis, for example, I need quite literally thousands of experience to get this leveled up even further. For my Huntress to hit level 20, I need, 6,500 experience. So you want to work on getting that collection level higher so that you get experience faster, and then, the pacing of your progression is consistent. But boys and girls, I will leave it there. I won't make this video too long. I hope that will help you in the early days and what to spend your gold on, especially because you get a big chunk of it really quite quickly by doing a bunch of quests, and it's very easy to be tempted by things of this nature. I would avoid these instant upgrades. The green ones are fine. Don't buy the blue ones. Don't buy the instant rares from the shop if you're trying to go free to play. The rares are 900 gold. They look really attractive. So you're going to have that inclination to buy it because it's an instant unlock for a rare. But the reality is that 900 gold could go so much further for you when it comes to leveling up your account as a whole. So I'll leave it there today, boys and girls. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you're new around here, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.